push the standards of the sport quite a bit.
If indoor didn't exist, I wouldn't be climbing.
And shoot, gravity will still dance with me on plastic. Gyms have changed things a lot. You know, it used to be just guys in big boots climbing mountains in knickers, right? And now there's all kinds of climbing. Bouldering, sport climbing, big wall, you know, you name it. So gym climbing is really just another part of that now, another facet of how climbing is getting bigger and more varied and more interesting.
While people have been training on artificial surfaces for a long time, indoor climbing gyms did not appear in the United States until the late 1980s. Since then, they've sprung up in almost every big city, fueling not only the sport, but ideas about what is pure and true in climbing.
So I first heard about gyms in 1988, and I heard there was, the first one in the country was in Seattle on the waterfront in a warehouse. So I happened to be going to Seattle, and I went there because I was so curious, what is this going to be like? And it's this all dark, funky space inside, and there's some holes bolted up on the wall. So my first experience of gym climbing was pretty positive.
It's kind of become its own sport, the indoor climbing phenomenon. It's pretty impressive that you go on any given weekday night and there are like 100 people there in any town that you go to. So, I mean, that says something.
Probably once gyms came around, everything probably got a little bit more mainstream because it allowed access to people that didn't have the outdoors.
There's definitely a huge new wave of kids that are being open to climbing.
So when did you start climbing?
Probably 2 months ago, I think.
2 months ago? All right, and how did you get into it?
My girlfriend actually forced me to do it.
Forced
forced me, and then, you know, I thought it was just like kind of weird, didn't think I'd be into it, and then like came over Thanksgiving break and ended up really liking it, so I just joined.
There's definitely been an increase in the number of climbers with the advent of climbing gyms. If you went to a popular climbing area like Yosemite and Camp 4, there was always a scene. I think climbing gyms produce sort of an amplified version of the climber culture that already existed. So it's a little different than the sitting around the campfire thing, but it's similar in a lot of ways.
Come on.
There you go.
Walk into a gym and pretty much like hang out with people more than climb, I guess. It's like a big social scene at the gym, you know.
I've seen gyms that function like a fern bar, you know, they're a good pickup place to go meet people.
The climbing competitions they've brought a little bit of the Little League mentality to climbing.
The first hold. That's why it's like looking like it's about to go down. Wow. And this first is definitely giving them a lot of difficulty.
And in that sense, it's brought sort of a more mainstream element to climbing.
More gym climbers come out of the city. I mean, more people live in the city now than ever. which is fine, but gyms are part of the city, and an awful lot of people go in the gym and never go outdoors, and that's fine too. Or some people go outdoors and bounce off it and get scared and come right back to the gym. That's okay.
No, I have plenty of friends that have just climbed in the gym. I don't know if it's because they don't want to go outdoors or that they're afraid to or all those things. Or they're just getting started. I think a lot of indoor climbers are just people that haven't gotten outdoor yet. I don't know.
The gyms have facilitated a little bit more of drawing people out of a strictly urban lifestyle into more of an outdoor focused or centered lifestyle. It's too much of a natural progression. If you climb for a couple of years in a gym and you're enjoying it, you're inevitably going to start climbing outside. And for most people in that group, once you start climbing outside, it's all over. You're hooked for life.
They're good for instruction, like the gym here in Santa Cruz. There's a real depth of experience among the workers there, and they teach a lot of good stuff that transfers outdoors. So you can go climb in Yosemite with what you learn in the gym.
When you're inside, I mean, the lighting's different. It's really crowded. There's lots of people, and then all of a sudden you're out there, and it's kind of just you and your friends and this rock that you're climbing. It's just a totally different experience. I thought it was more fun and more beautiful and more of an adventure than just going up a plastic wall.
For some, indoor gyms are just a place to work out. For others, they are a place to train to get better. And still for others, they are the launching place of their newest passion, climbing. Who knows what the world of climbing would have been like without gyms, but in a way, it doesn't matter. They have contributed to the resurgence of the sport, introduced thousands to the world of rock, and for many, ignited a love for the outdoors.